Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Building a Nation with Team Canada. And we are back in the 2026 World Cup for our second game, getting ready. And, we got some good news. Got some good news in the email. Not that. Come on, why does it always do that? Okay, let's go. Here it is. We have qualified, along with Norway. Both of us on 3 points. Qatar, sorry, see you next time. You are out of here. 2 games, 2 losses, -5 goal differential. So this game doesn't necessarily mean anything, but we do need to test ourselves against a team like Norway. Let's see, before we get to Norway, there's something else. Here it is. The rest of the World Cup, you can see here, got some big games. Australia, Italy, Brazil, Turkey, Belgium, Uzbekistan. That's probably not quite a big game. Let's look at all the groups and see if we can see where all the groups stand. Here we go. So USA and Serbia are moving on. Colombia and Spain, Croatia, Chile, Japan, knocked out. Sorry, my friends. See you later. Portugal, South Korea move on. Costa Rica, the first North American team to be knocked out. Unfortunate for them. -7 goal differential. Ouch. No points. See you later, Costa Rica. Would have hoped for a better game from them, but wasn't to be. Mexico does move on, though, in Group E. Interesting. All 3 teams have 3 points, but China and Mexico have moved on. They've all played 2 games, so Russia goes down due to goal differential, -1. Wow, that was a much closer group than I thought it might have. Well, actually, those 3 teams are fairly even, so I guess that makes sense. But that's a wild group with everybody having 3 points. So Paraguay moves on. Switzerland moves on. Barely over Cameroon. They both have 1 point because of that draw. And looks like Cameroon goes away because of the -3 goal differential. Uruguay, Romania. So South America moving on. Sweden, Ivory Coast are moving on. New Zealand is going home. See you later. Now we got some interesting games still going on here in Group I. Honduras and Australia. So this is going to be interesting. They got the draw against each other. So if Italy beats Australia badly, then Honduras moves on. But if they don't, or if Australia wins, then Australia moves on. So that's a big game there with some North American consequences. Uzbekistan and Belgium are already moving on. Brazil's moving on. Turkey and North Korea. Let's see. Again, it's another situation where if Turkey loses very, very badly to Brazil, 4-0, then they got problems. But anything other than a 4-0 or worse, Turkey will move on. There's our group, Group L. Norway, Canada, moving on. Holland, Argentina, moving on. So another South American team moving on. Morocco goes home. England and Iran moving on. I think Iran is like the first Asian team to make it. No, I think South Korea made it. Yeah. So they're moving on. And then Group O is still completely up for grabs. Germany, Guinea-Bissau, and Jamaica. Jamaica sitting on no points, so they have to win against Germany to move on. That's a huge game. Outstanding. Okay, so, our final North American team there, they've got to move on. They've got to beat Germany. That's going to be tough. And then France is moving on. They play Ecuador. If they beat Ecuador more than 5-0, then Egypt will move on, but otherwise it looks like Ecuador will make it to the second round. So North America, we got 3 teams in for sure. USA, Canada, and Mexico. So the 3 host nations are moving on. That's good for the competition. And then we got a couple of other teams that have some work to do, so we shall see. All right. That's your World Cup update. Let's get to our matchup today. We got no injuries, no problems. We are fine as we take on Norway, and we are the betting favorites, 6-4 odds. Look at that. Moving up in the eyes of the sporting world, 8-13 against Norway. They are in strong form right now, 2 wins and a loss in their last 3, and we're in fair form. 2 losses, 2 draws, and a win. We've not played each other before. They do have an injury. Ulrik Yttergaard Jensen is doubtful, so that's bad for them, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Tommy Berntsen is their head coach. Let's take a look at Tommy. Tommy, you need a comb, my brother, or a haircut or something. But anyway, 52-year-old Norwegian, 2 caps for the national team, and he's a pretty decent coach. Great motivator, great determination. So he's a guy who can spur these guys on. He's been the Norway head coach since 2018. Now he's doing a dual role, kind of like we are. Or no, not so much. In 2019, he took a temporary dual role. He was the interim head coach, but now I think he's just the Norway head coach. I think that's how that works, right? No, 2015 to 23. These numbers are all weird. Oh, he was the reserves head coach. Okay. Anyway, none of that matters. He's the Norway head coach, and he's decent. He's better than the last coach we faced, so we'll see if that makes a difference. Let's take a look at Norway. They're also a better team than the last one we faced. They got some big money dudes. Erling Haaland, playing at Sevilla. 88 million, 25 years old. He's pretty good. Very good physicals. Very strong, very fast. Great jumping reach. A striker. 16 penalty taking, so he's better than every guy on our team added together at penalty taking. Eric Boltheim, perhaps another striker, another big physical guy. Christoph, defender / midfielder, another big physical guy, 6'5", 17 jumping reach. That's kind of what you got to worry about with Norway. Is a lot of big dudes who can get in the air. I don't know how much flair or creativity they have. This guy doesn't have a whole lot. Worth 55 million, playing for Hanover 96. Very fit. Great mentals, not so good technicals, and like I said, not a lot of flair. So this is an interesting team to play against. They've got a lot of talent, guys with a lot of value. But we'll see. We'll see how they're playing. Take a look at Norway as a nation. Another smaller nation in terms of population, 5.26. Rivals, Sweden and Denmark. No surprise there. National Stadium, only capacity 27,000. A little bit small there. Captain, Christopher Ager is their captain. Norwegian. I think we looked at this guy. Yeah, he's that big central defender that we looked at. Havard Nordvelt is the vice captain. Take a look at this fella. 3 goals in 82 appearances. Man, look at that death stare. He's got a 1,000-yard stare there. Anyway, another defensive player, defensive midfielder / central defender. He can even play fullback a little bit. Physicals, not so good. He's sort of fallen off their little physicals. He's 36 years old. So that's probably what's happening there. But his mentals are very strong, so he's a good team leader. And then Ager is also their best player. Okay. 23rd ranked in the world. So we shall see just how good they are. Let's get to... we got a couple of other things to look at the match preview. We're still in Monterey, 87 degrees, so it's a little warmer out today, still sunny. I don't think anything else we need to look at. So we came back just to look at the stadium and the weather. They did say it would be a sellout, and it is a sellout. 46,800 capacity for this final game. I was about to say like quarterfinal or something, but we're not there yet. We're still in the group stage, final game of the group stage, but this is sort of a prestigious match. probably the most prestigious match that this stadium has seen in the competition. Top 2 teams in the group going at it. And we're going to drop back to the 4-4-2. We're going to be a little more conservative against this team that has a little bit more talent. Made a few changes in the lineup. Not many, but a couple. And we'll see. So, we still have McGee in goal. We got Cabra and Oro at the fullbacks now, because this formation, has the fullbacks getting forward more than the other formation does. Dunn and Rocco now at central defense. So our 2 sort of biggest, strongest, most talented central defenders are in there. Stankovic getting a start on the left wing because he's the most natural left winger we have. Daniels and Piet in the midfield. So Piet getting in there with captain's armband. Faria back on the right. Cavallini going in as target man. Or I think he might be pressing forward on attack right now, but we can switch him to target man if necessary. And then, of course, David up top. They got Jer in defense. Lostrat. Leo. L. Ostegard. There we go. I can pronounce names. Sure, we'll call him Leo. Anyway, let's see. Fossum in the midfield. 1 appearance, 1 assist. 1 appearance, 1 assist, 1 goal from Berg. Holland, nothing there. 1 appearance, 1 appearance. 1 appearance, 1 goal from Elenosi. And then Botheim, Eric, 2 goals. So they got a lot of goal scorers in there right now. But they do have Botheim. Is he one of the guys we looked at? Yeah, he is that guy we looked at. Okay. I completely forget these guys' names as soon as they come out of my mouth. All right, so here we go. Let's go. Dressing room. We'll see how this works. Let's be calm. Pick up where you left off last time. Okay, we got a couple of motivated fellas there. Cavallini and McGee are motivated. Opposition instructions. Okay, so we're tackling Ostegard. Ryerson is not match sharp. That's interesting. I don't know where these came from. Is this the assistant coach must have added these tackling and such? Okay. We'll do this. We'll do it. Let's go. Kick off. Here we go. Lining up for the national anthem. Sold out BBVA Stadium. Monterrey, Mexico. All right, boys. It's fine, you know. We don't need this win, but I would definitely like to get a win against a pretty decent European side. 23rd in the world, they're ranked around, you know, that's where USA is usually ranked. We've beaten USA before. Okay, they move Botheim out to the left. Put Holland up top. See if that makes any difference. We are on extended highlights, correct? Yeah. So this formation seems to waste a lot of time. Just happens. A lot of messing around with the ball, especially in our own half. So we'll see how this works out. All right. 11-12. No highlights. No highlights to speak of. We do have 56% possession. Here they do. They get a corner kick. Ager. Okay, Rocco clears it out of there for a corner, but that was a bit dangerous. They had some guys just hanging out. Here you go, Mei-Ling. Sends it in. Faria with the big header. That was huge. And they got some big guys in there, so it's no surprise that they might be playing for set pieces. You know, move some of those big defenders forward and get them in the box for headers. That's definitely a strategy that that if you have players like that, you take advantage of it. Okay. Mei-Ling is a crosser. We'll close him down. Possession has been flipped. Daniels has been booked. You know, they got 53% of possession now. That's no good. Boy, just nothing happening. All right, we flipped possession on them. We're back up to 52%. So I don't know what's happening here. Highlight. Norway messing around at midfield with it. Getting it forward. Haaland between our two lines of defense. He takes a shot. McGee stops that with his toe. Doesn't even bother to bend down. That was confident goalkeeping right there from McGee. We'll take that for sure. Love to see that. The homegrown Vancouver, sort of, in a way. We nurtured that guy. Big steal from Cabra on the wing. David has it. David in the box. His shot is blocked from that very stingy Norwegian defense. Here we go. Another highlight. 38 minutes. Done with a free kick across midfield. Gets it to Faria in space. He tries to send it forward. I don't know what that pass was. That was awful pass. We're supposed to be short passing, and I'm not sure what's happening. But here is Norway building up for a mega highlight. At midfield, they win a header, but Stankovic is there, the youngster. You know, taking care of his defensive duties. Cabra gets it to him. Daniels across midfield to Lucas Cavallini. He's surrounded by defenders, but he's taking it calm. Sends it forward to David with the header. Goalkeeper Forsland with an easy stop there. You know, we're fighting it out at midfield with these guys, though. That's okay. You know, this is what we don't want right here. We don't want them with set pieces in our half, getting it to these big guys and causing havoc. They're getting it out wide now. Buyanosi, big tackle from Oro. That's what he's good at. I mean, he's a little guy, but if the ball is on the pitch, he's got an advantage over some of these bigger, slower players. Faria now on the counterattack across midfield, down the near sideline. He is tackled roughly by Berg. Highlight ends there. 43 minutes and counting. It looks like we're going into half 0-0. 1 minute of stoppage time. We managed to take control of the possession, 57%, but we only have one shot. That's not so good. Okay. Let's see. Tactics. What are we going to do tactically? I think we want our guys to slow it down. You know, they're banging the ball forward for some reason. Let's be more disciplined, lower tempo. Let's narrow the attacking width. Make sure we got, let's see, what's whipped crosses again? Instruct the players to deliver balls in the box with speed, swerve, and dip in order to make it harder. Sure, we'll try that. We'll try whipped crosses. Take off, work the ball in the box. Take a few more shots. Slower pace, shorter passes. Please, please, shorter passes. Okay, dressing room. You know, bombing it downfield has not worked at all. Let's see. If we can get a goal, I make us the favorites. So go out there and make it happen. Just do it. The old slogan used to say. All right. We are in the Reds, by the way. I don't think I've mentioned that in any of these games so far, but it should be fairly obvious. Here we go. First highlight. Stankovic, cross midfield, sends one across. Faria. Oh, I thought that was a foul, but that was just a header from Mailing. Oro tries to send a cross in. No good, but we do get a corner, not a corner, we get a throw in, and the highlight continues. Or it does not continue. It almost continued. But then it thought better, and yeah, okay, it's fine. It's fine. So we're going to go to slower tempo, try to, just control this half. We don't need a goal, but we want a goal. We want to win. We don't need a win, but we want it. Here's Mailing again. Oof. Bertholm got a head on that, but it goes wide. It's our worst fear. McGee. Okay, he's going to play it. Oh, plays it wide to Dunn. He sort of tried to fool the defense there. He was looking right and passed it left. Here's Daniels. Taking it slow. Stankovic, a lot of space. He likes to dribble. Gets it across midfield. Good touch to Cavallini across midfield. He switches field to Faria on the far side. He's got Oro on the overlap out wide if he wants him. He tries to get it forward to David. David with the shot. Forsland, I think, had to make a save there. He did. Canada gets a corner out of it, near side. Faria is going to take it. Sends it in. Dunn can't get a head on it, but the goalie had to punch it out. And now here comes Norway on the counterattack. We got plenty of defenders back, though. Oro with a big slide tackle. He is tackling these guys all over the field, and I'm happy about that. Piet's not playing too well. We could take him out, although he is our captain right now. He's our overall captain as well, so we got a lot of guys not playing well. Stankovic, David, Cavallini. It would appear they're looking for underlaps. Okay, so let's make a couple of changes. Let's do some changes. I think in the midfield we can bring in Jackson Amell. Jonathan Jackson Amell. We'll bring him in for Piet in the midfield. And then do we want to take out Daniels in the midfield? We want to change out both of our midfielders? Is that a possibility? Yeah, let's do that. And we'll change Norman to his central midfield role. That's going to make us less creative in the midfield for sure, but a little bit more defensive. And we'll get that yellow card out of there as well, which is a big deal. We don't want our midfielders getting a red. That would be disastrous. David's got a yellow, but I'm not too worried about that. Here we go. Faria on the corner, far side. Sends it in, no good. Stankovic has it. Gets it back out wide to Faria. Interesting pass. Faria sends it in. David. Ooh, gets tackled. Counterattack. Oh, Cabra wins it. Great win. If he got beat there, that was... it was off to the races for Norway. Here's Stankovic taking it down the near sideline. Sends one across. David is there with a header, and David scores. Stankovic with a huge cross. We're looking at VAR. He was close. He was very close to being onside. Look at that. Zebu, he's pretty sure. Look at that. He is cajoling. He is going wild on the sideline there. He thinks it's a goal, no question about it. David stretching out. We'll see. Here's the VAR. VAR says goal has been awarded. David Norman out to Stankovic. Here's the cross. Oh, he was well onside. Well onside. Absolutely. Let's bring up the red line. Get this one official. There he is. Look at that. Now, we did have a guy offside, but it wasn't him. I think Cavallini was offside. And he had nothing to do with that play. Here's Faria, 64 minutes in. Corner, drops it to Stankovic. He sends another cross in. Norman's going to race for this one. He can't beat Dahmen to the ball. And Norway's going to start a counterattack. They got four guys moving forward. Holland. Oh, big stop from McGee. His name's probably not Holland. It's probably Holland or something like that. But anyway, I wanted to do something. Opposition instructions is what I wanted to do, because they've made some subs. And we need to make sure that we are covering these dudes, which we are not. Not at all. They've moved Fossum up top. Moved Boltheim to the right. Brought in Kim Jep Dahmen. That's the guy. I was wondering who that was. I had not seen that name before. So they've moved Holland up top to striker. Okay. Interesting. They brought Berg down to the midfield. Okay, so their guys are just versatile. They can play wherever. It doesn't matter. Just going to switch them around. Here we go. All right. Norway with a corner. Far side. Mailing. Sends it in. Easy header for Dunn. Gets it to Stankovic. He heads it on. And that ends the highlight. 66 minutes. Okay. So second half, calming it down a little. Going slower pace, I think, is what made it so we didn't boot the ball forward so much. I think when you're at high tempo, your guys get a little bit impatient. And if there's nothing exciting right away, they'll just boot it. That could be the issue. 6 shots, 3 on target. 59% possession. Uh-oh, they've gone to a 4-3-3. They're going all-out attack to try and get that final goal. We'll see. Okay, we're dominating possession. That's good. If they don't have the ball, it's tough for them to score. 80 minutes in, Rocco with his second yellow card. Is there anybody we need to get out of there? I don't think so. We'll leave our third sub. Faria with a corner near side. Looked like a penalty in the box. Norman gets a header on it. Cavallini, he was set up for that. And he sends it over the net. Rocco's been booked. Ease off tackles, my dude. Oro with a throw in far side. He loses it, but he heads it on. Okay. Here comes Norway. They've got a man behind the defense. They try to get it to him. Cabra's the last one back. He loses. Winter. McGee with 2 big saves. On the other side, Oro trying to look at the size difference between Oro and their striker. Big defensive play. Norman has it. Going to start the counterattack. Sends it forward. Bad pass to Cavallini. He should have booted it over the defense, but he did not. Highlights coming fast and furious now. 86 minutes. Stankovic just outside the box. Tries to send it into Cavallini. He's in the trees. Faria has it. His shot's deflected, and we're going to get another corner. So Norwegian defense is collapsing, and they're taking away our shots, but we're putting the pressure on them. Faria, corner, far side, sends it up to Rocco. He gets a head on it, but he cannot put it on target. Okay. Final stretch. 87 minutes. Up a goal. Waiting for the next highlight. 58% possession still. That's been holding steady for the whole second half. 9 shots, only 3 on target. Doesn't matter right now. We got a goal. Oro with a yellow card. Okay, here we go. Headed out by Canadian defense. I should commentate. There we go. Big stop. Cavallini's just going to boot it. David's not even going to bother running for that one. That was a home run ball from Cavallini. Just turned around and knocked it out of the park. 88 minutes. It would be very lovely if we could make our third sub. I think we'll bring Tamori in for Oro. Give us a little bit more defensive support at fullback. I mean, you saw the size difference between Oro and those strikers for Norway. So we'll bring in a slightly bigger, slightly better defender, Tamori. 90 minutes, 4 minutes of stoppage time. Berg wins it at midfield, but Dunn is there, chips it on. Ager bombs it forward. Cabra is there, easy. Drops it to McGee. Okay. Nobody there for Canada. Tamori wins it at right back. That's why he put him in there, to win some headers. Mailing sends it, and Tamori is there again. Blocks that cross. Okay. Coming down to the wire here. 3 minutes to go. Corner far side for Norway. Send it in. Tamori is there with another big header. Faria with a steal. Rocco clears it. Outstanding. David's going to get to this one. David has it at midfield. Not getting a ton of support, but he's going to boot it ahead. Nobody rushing forward for Canada particularly. The highlight continues. Mega highlight. Norway wasting time in the midfield. Bombs it forward. Tries to beat the defense, but Dunn is there. Drops it to McGee. He boots it. I would have preferred him to pick that up and waste time, but he didn't do it. Winter crosses. Oh, the header wide for Holland. I thought that was going to be in. I thought that was a goal for sure. He just towered over our defense. But he couldn't get the ball on target. Here's another corner. Okay, 4 minutes are up. Game should be over. Blow the whistle. Referee. Blow the whistle. McGee taking his sweet time. Drops it to Dunn. And there's the whistle. Yes. We get another victory in the World Cup. 1-0 over Norway. This is the kind of team I was hoping we could beat. Big, talented European side is the kind of club that we have not beaten yet. So this is huge for us. You know, it wasn't pretty. Again, it was not pretty using that 4-4-2, but we got the lucky goal, and we were able to hold on. That's what matters. Dressing room, pep talk. Well done. Deserved a good win for us. Let's get out of here. Let's move on to the next round of the World Cup. Canada fortunate to beat Norway. Norway enjoyed a considerable size advantage, weighing on an average of 13 pounds more per player, but were unable to overcome their lighter opponents, perhaps proving that on a hot summer's afternoon. Well, that's something I didn't even think about. Brains are more important than brawn. I did not think about that at all, that playing in Mexico might be a little sweaty for these guys from Norway. Anyway, it was a low-key affair, marred by a succession of fouls by Canada. Yeah, that's fine. If we got to foul our way to victory, I guess we'll do it. Confidence is high. Yes. Are you allowing yourself to look further ahead, consider just how far this team might go? It's at times like this we make sure it's important to stick to the plan and remain focused. Yeah, let's remain focused. Okay, so now we got a little bit of time between our next game. I think we got another week until our next game. Let's take a look at our schedule. It's not even on the schedule yet, so we have no idea. We got a friendly versus Honduras coming up next month. So let's pause it here, fast forward a little bit, see how some of these results go, and we'll look at how the group stage ends. So, pause. Okay, we're back, and we've drawn a familiar foe. We've drawn Turkey, 31st ranking in the world. That's an interesting second round draw. I think that's a team we can beat. It's going to be a very, very interesting second round. We'll take a look at it in closer, in depth next time around. But for now, just know we're going to be facing Turkey. They got some pretty decent players, some pretty good players also. So they're another tough team, another challenging team. We're going to have to, let's do this. National team, let's get a team report. Senior squad, how about that? No, let's get the team report. Who's our guy we normally send out there? How about Atiba Hutchinson? Our old midfielder. We'll send him out there, see if he can give us a good scouting report. Okay, so that's going to do it. Come back next time for our game, second round versus Turkey. Until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.